session for tonight, which is scheduled to start at 9 p.m. We are very sorry. We have been like 20 minutes late. So, however, we are going to commence the program now, and it is all about poster design and its presentations and poster designs, and it's going to be presented by our able scholars, a person of awaiting Dr. Vidnila, by the grace of God, a person of engineer Muritala, Adebayo, Isa. So, as we are all aware that he has been very instrumental, guiding us through how to make nice figures and, presentations related. So, today is most likely going to be the concluding aspect of his own class. Of course, we still have one other class which is going to be handled by another person, but then we hope will benefit as much as we have been benefiting from him, and we hope all of us will be eligible for the certificate that is going to issue to us. So it is my pleasure to invite our resource person to start the presentation, a person of engineer Murtala Adebayo Isa, with all those different other acronyms like MNI, PPR, FRSC, the different acronyms. So, I would any. Okay, sir. So you can start, sir.
Thank you, Engineer King. Thank you for the hype, and hyping. Yeah, quickly, we're going to go into today's presentation, and it's going to be the continuation of what we did last week. The last time, that's about a month ago, or about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So today we're going to continue with the more details on a design of a presentation and poster design. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Okay. So today's content is just poster presentation design and poster design. The guideline, as we already know, that's we already had 2 sessions, and today is going to be the 3rd session, and the 4th session is going to be taken by Dr. Ashraf, by the grace of God. That's my next month, and after all the sessions, we're going to be having certificate presentation for those that are able to meet up with attendance of 80% and are able to do their projects. So I'm going to explain what the project is going to look like this evening. So to begin with our presentation, these are the outline of my presentation tonight. So I'm going to explain what we're going to do as our project, and I won't share the slide. So I know this current session is being recorded, so it means if you want to see the set, you have to go back and watch the video, and that's part of the project. And I'm going to talk more on how to customize your template to suit your own area of field. And I'm going to explain how to download a free template and how to edit those templates. Then where you can watch or learn more about how to do PowerPoint presentation, I'll show you some of those links. Yeah, to begin with, I want to show us the project we're going to do. The projects, I already saved it on my own system. This one you're looking at here, this template is what we're going to do as a project. I hope you can see it.
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Well, when you look at, there are 3 things, as I usually say, when you're doing your design, there are 3 most important things. Number 1 is to choose what type of layout you want. Is it landscape or a square design? That's 1:1 or 16:9. And second is for you to know your color scheme, the color scheme you want to use. And number 3 is the font. So if you look at this template now, we have a gradient background, which is what you have at this background here. And you have these patterns that we're seeing here. These patterns, this pattern that we're seeing, this is the gradient background consisting of, should I call this violet and blue? And you have your text. And if you look at this template, let me open it again. It has some variations. All of these variations you're going to design. When you look at this one here, it has these patterns here. This pattern they're saying they are very simple. If you want to create them, they are very, very simple. And I will show us how to do that. And this one also, you can look at this, you see the patterns. It's just a replica of what you have in the first slide. I just flip it. And I think that's all. So the main thing is for you to design this first page and this second page. So how do you go about this? First, let's go to slide master. You come to view for us to see what the content is. Then we can now see how to design them. Go to slide master. As we know, if we want our gradient background to appear, sorry, in all pages that we have in our slide, you must apply the background here. For example, if I change this background now, let's say I change this background to another color. Let's say I take this, or I come to background format. Let's say I choose a solid color. Everything's going to be white because I'm having white color. If I choose green, everything's going to be that. So anything you are making that you want to have on all the slide, every changes has to be made on this first slide. But if you make it here, it's going to affect just this slide alone. And that will be a kind of new page. Whenever you're opening your own new page, you can open through that. So if I'm going to have a gradient background, everything has to be done on this first page, which is this number one that you're seeing here. So I'm going back to my gradient background. So we have seen the way to do that. Now the second thing is this. When you look at this shape that we have underneath the gradient background, which is this pattern, I didn't even group them. Let me group them. I thought I had grouped them before now. It's grouped. You can see. Let me just make a copy, put it here. I hope you can see this very well, these shapes. I will group them from here. I just one packed together. Well, how do you get them to be in this pattern? What you're going to do is, if you want any shape, you take your, these are free pencil, should be, let's use this. Let's say I want to have something like this to be my repeated pattern. Just draw it and choose your preferred color. So the only thing you're just going to do is to copy, paste multiple times. You just copy. And before you copy, you need to position. You have to go, for example, I do my control, let's say control D now. This is one. You have one copy now. If I continue to press control D, so just continue to follow that pattern. And that's it. But I want it to be in this format, this shape. It might not be exactly this shape because what I do now is different from what I have initially. So the first, what you have to do is that the first copy that you copy, let's say you copy this, you have to reposition it the way you want it to be. Let's say I want it to be this way. The next one is going to be that way. Then the system takes that into consideration and continue that way. You can see this. Now, let's say I want another shape. That's why I said it might not be the same, exactly the same way, but you're still going to let's say we have it this way now. Now I make my copy. Can we say it this way? I just kept on the same. So this is the way it will look like. If you want it to come closer, you have to readjust the way you want it to be. So let's say this is what I later add as my final pattern. I will just group it and put it on my slide. And to change the color, just come here and assign the color you want. And if you want it to be white, it's going to be white. And that's all. That's how this pattern is going to be repeated. So let's say we want to have a circle. We want to have a circle. You can make any shape that you want. The only thing just for you to, let's say we even want it to be an S shape. Something like this. Just copy and paste and reposition it the way you want it to be. Let's say I want this to be this way. Then the next one I'm going to copy is going to be that way. You can see. So this is another pattern different from what I created earlier. So I have it to be white here. And you can see how beautiful this is looking. You can copy it as well, open a new page and paste it. Let me change this background. You can see how this is looking now. So this is how to create all these kind of shapes. Now, if you want it to be what I add on my other slide there, we have a cycle. I mean, it's going to be same thing. Just what you're going to do is just draw your circle, make it perfect circle. If you want to make it perfect, you hold your shift when you're drawing the circle. Because if you don't hold shift, you're trying to draw a circle without holding the shift. This is what you're going to have. So, but when you hold your shift, you have it this way. So let's say I want to do something like this. Something like this. This one. This pattern here. If you look at the first circle, the first thing you have is a circle. So what I just did was that I did a repeated pattern, and I'm going to do the same thing here now. So remove this, remove the infill color, and just copy and paste. So if I wanted to have this pattern, this shape, I have to just rearrange the circle the way I want it to repeat. Let's say I want it to be this way, and just press Ctrl D continuously. And this is just too far away. Let me make it closer. Yeah, it's closer this way. Then what I have here is this. When you group it, hold shift, you rotate. You can even rotate 360 any way you want to have it. Say the background here is gradient. Let's make this pattern be white. So you can have different pattern. The more you have the packed circle, the more beautiful it's going to become. And that's how you're going to do these ones. You can see I have this one very, very close. That's why it looks so beautiful in this way. Same thing on this. So what I did was just putting them like this one is same thing as what you have here. I just changed the position, and what I did here is just the gradient color that I used on this platform on this background is what I use on it. So that also you can do by just clicking your gradient. Where is this? Stick gradients on line color, gradients, group all, Control G. So you just have to pick one after the other. You can pick each of the colors like that. I wanted to copy, use eyedropper to pick. You can see it's changing gradually. You come, you pick. So you can adjust the angle of those any way you want it to look. It looks that way, and you can reduce. You can see, you can change the pattern. I can change this to white to make it much brighter. So, and that's how you kind of do that. So you can use in your assignment now, in your project now, you can use any color grading that you want, but it has to contain a repeated pattern. Any pattern that you want. You can see the one I created now is very different from what I did here. The only thing is just I want also just so that we understand how to create repeated pattern. Yeah, another thing about repeated pattern is that's, let's say I want something like this, or shift. Let me make this white. I want to make a repeated pattern of triangle. I can convert even this circle to a triangle or any shape I want. So what I will do after creating this, shift control, after creating this, let me change the outline color to be black, make the inside color to be no fill color. So I can copy and paste this. Let's say about 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's there, but you might not be seeing this. They are there. Those 10 circles are there. So what you're now going to do is that you press Control Shift, take it out. Click on the inside circle again. Control Shift, take it out. Control Shift, take it out. Control Shift, take the next one out. Control Shift, take it out again. Control Shift. Oh, sorry. Take it out. Control Shift. Take it out. Control Shift. I have about 10. I think I still have one more. Control Shift. So I think that's all. So let's say I'm going to duplicate. Let me duplicate. They just say duplicate slide. I want to have this to be a continuous triangle. Just click, group everything like this. Don't group. Just select all of the shape. Come to shape edit. Change shape. Let's say I want repeated triangle. It changes to repeated triangle. Let me duplicate this once more. Let's say I want to repeated stars, and you won't see this, the beauty of this, until I combine some other things that together, and you can see it now. Come to edit shape, change shape. Let's say we want repeated star of 10 point or 12 point. Let's say 12 point. This is what it's going to look like. Now, I can change the colors of these individually, or I group them. If I say I want to change the line color of everything to be another color, let's say this, it will be like that. And I can group these, use them as something like this on my slide, depending on the shape that you want. I can make this even very big, control together like that. Keep it. Let's even change this to a dark background. Let me make this white or even a gray color this way. Now let me now change the background of this. Oh, sorry. Not to have it. Would you cool? Look at this. You can just mix shapes and make them look. This shape, the way it is now, you can change it. Even though I have grouped it, you just ungroup. And if it's too bright this way, you can also bring another triangle, another rectangle on top of this. Reduce the opacity, make it your opening page for a presentation. Let's say I want to make it white and reduce the transparency. Oh, sorry. You can type on this, or you can even have gradient color on it, any color. That will make your design look different from ordinary design that we normally see. So also you can change the infill color. You can change individually or you change by grouping them. That also you can use to make so many design. Any shape you want, just you can start with all ordinary circle and change to any shape continuously, and you can make it to easy to make. Say I want this shape now, it turns to that shape, and I can change the line color to anything I want. Because that's that about repeated pattern. So back to our assignment, and that's how we go about doing your assignments, and you already know how to save this. So if we cannot recall, we should watch the last video and see how to save uh, our own custom design. So as I said, this is going to be our assignment. Uh, let me close it. Just saving. So this is the assignment. Now the next thing is to go to. I want to also show us more on designs like this. Can we see this? Can we see this? Oh, I think it's coming out now.
Yes, sir, we can see.
So you can another thing that you can use to make your presentation look better is to make the cover page, the first page, different from what we normally see, and using things like this. This also you can create by yourself. All of this I did by myself, and I will briefly show you how to do this. is to do things like this. This slide here, I think it ought to be a video. This is another way to make people not bored about your presentation. You can make the background of your slide to be a video, and you can also do things like this. All of these are things you can do in PowerPoint. And if you look at like this slide now, what I did here is taking color from the pictures that I have here using the pick tool, because the way the brain works is when it comes to color, let's say I use maybe green here, change this color to green. Let's change this color to green. Even without no one telling us, we would definitely know that this green would never match on this color. It might look bright, but looking at what you have, the colors that are dominant here, they are these colors. So the best thing is to just use your pick tool to pick from the color in the picture. You come to your text color, just pick from the picture here. Look at the one that is so close. This is too light. You can go in. You can see you can go in more until you see the desired color. And the way you look at the slide now, you can see it flows from this to this, or from here to here, and it's flowing out from the inner of these of the picture that we have here outside to what you have as your. So my point I'm trying to say is that whenever you're using color and you have a picture that is close, or you're trying to design a cover page, try to go around the picture that you have viewed to pick colors that you're going to use. Like this also, you can see it's flowing from the inner, coming out from dark to light, or from light to dark. Look at this border here. If you see all of this, look at this also. So all the colors that I've used, I picked them from inside this picture. The color of this, I picked it somewhere around here, and I repeated this color on this. And if you look at towards the end, there is somehow not completely white and somehow gray or something, or light, very, very light yellow. And this is just how you. In addition, another way also to make your presentation look good is to use icons. Use icon on your content page. That also will make your presentation look so different. So right here, I'm trying to present a content page on artificial intelligence. So we can see symbols that are looking close to this. All of these symbols, they are all embedded in PowerPoint. To insert something like this, just come to your insert, come to insert icon. Look at icon. Just type what you want. Artificial intelligence. Sorry. You can see before you finish your type, it's already come out. Just pick an insert. Is there already? Then you can edit, change the shape, double click, change the color, the graphics color, the infill, the outline. You can do any color you want, like that. And this is another way to make your content page look so different from the normal thing that we see. In addition, the next thing also is adding 3D effects to your content would also make it look different from ordinary presentation. It's going to look professional. And one thing I forgot to mention is this: if you're presenting even your academic presentation, these are academic research I would present when we go for conferences. Let's say you're presenting something about viruses. You can change this picture to virus. You just come here, come to insert picture. If you have the picture on your device, you can click and put it there. But I have it, let's say I want to look for that image now, that stock image on virus. You can see what we have here now. You can see the variety of things that we have here. I can just put it. So now you can see that this shape is not inside what I want it, where I want it to be. What I'm going to do is just to copy. Oh, sorry, I can cut, sorry, and click on this shape. Come to infill, is on texture picture. Just click on clipboard and you have it in there. You cut and paste in here. If you, fortunately, the color that we have on this picture, they go along with this. They go along with this one that I have on our background. So with picture also, you can tell your story from the beginning of your presentation. Other things that you can also use to make your presentation look good. There are infographics. This also I made, and I think time is not going to permit us to start demonstrating the way I've done this. So maybe subsequent class or maybe a supplementary class is going to come up to just see how we can use infographics to make our presentation look better. But I'm telling you, all of these they are very, very, very simple to do in PowerPoint. So these are another 3D infographics. For those that use a PowerPoint very well, you know, at times you need to use animations. But when you use animation, you have to be very cautious when you're using animation on PowerPoint in PowerPoint. Not turn the animation into a movie-like one that confuses the audience. Can use simple slide, and there is this animation in 365 PowerPoint that is called. Okay, okay, yeah. I'm going to conclude this now. We are going to have a break by 10 p.m. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to conclude on this fourth part of our presentation. So you can use infographics like this to present steps of. I just made this shape. This also I watched from a video and I tried to replicate, which I was able to do. Can look for a shape or even a step or anything to explain the methodology, and that's is going to be different from the normal boxes that we use to explain steps of explaining things. And that this also you can use for your own personal professional presentation in your field. Because this is not morph, it's ordinary free that I use to make this. And as you see, as you present it goes that way. And this also you can use to fill your. So you can see I just have multiple of these. I have this is the first page, the second page, third page. You can see what I did. So on each pages, all I did was just I used a fade on each of the pages, then it looks like a morph. You can actually use morph to do it, which is this. But that is going to be in another uh, class. So quickly, I need to show us from my. This is all I want to explain more about our template design. We've done we are through with pattern, repeated pattern, custom design. Now, how do we download and edit uh, a free template? Quickly, I need to tell us that on our own homepage, KNU homepage, we have a place where we can download and download free templates. If you want that, I think it's here. This is our page here. I think it's where I say it now. Or it's here. When you come to Accio Humble, you come to PPT template here. You click. You can see them. These are the templates that we have here. If you want this, you click download. This is download in Korea. Download. You click download that you can have it in your system. Why? Let me refresh. Sorry. Let's wait for that to come up. Quickly, if you are going to go to other what is going on here? Other free website where you can download templates. In our last presentation, if you go to the reference that we have there, this is one of these. site where I mentioned that we can download free templates. And when you see the template, like this template now, it's compatible with Canva. We know Canva. If we don't know Canva, the next class, the next presenter is going to explain to us everything about Canva. You can see this is compatible. This one, this logo here is telling you compatible with a Google Slide. This is so it means we can download this and edit it in any of these three applications. So we know Canva is an online application for all this design that we can use. And we know Google Slide is also an online application. This is also online and desktop. So I already downloaded slides here. The slide is I downloaded 2 slides here. How do you edit? Let's say you want to edit this slide now. This is all this one now. This rectangle here. I can't edit it this way. But if I want to edit it and use it, change the shape we have here, or rearrange all of this stuff that we have here, you just come to your view, you go back to your slide master, and slide master shows you everything. If you look at this, what you have on the slide master is that this person wants every new page. When you open your page, the headline should come in black and the subsequent text should come in what? In blue. And on this page now, I can take this shape, put it here if I want, and I can do any form of manipulation I wish to do. Let's say I want it here now, send it to the back. You can see it's here now. Put it down a little bit. So if you go back, you say you close your slide master, you have it here now. You have it, but you cannot edit it here. So for you to edit any template that you see online, I need to change some things there. It's not working with what I want. Just come to slide master after your download, and you can manipulate anything you want to manipulate here. And that's how it's editing templates. Let's see if the school website is on. If it's not on, just go to the place I showed us now. The website is not opening. I don't know why it's not opening anymore. Just go to the Arc Homebone. There you can see template. When you download the template, you can also edit that template because it's in PowerPoint. Finally, on this first part of our class is to show us some of the YouTube channels where you can watch videos that can guide you on how to. And these are where I learned a lot from these 5 websites when I was learning how to use PowerPoint. They have a lot like this guy now. This is a creative guy, a creative Venus. You have all of the references here. The links are here for all of this. Yeah, the links are here. If you need to see the links, just come down here and click a PowerPoint University, Power with PowerPoint, all of these sites. You can learn within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you learn a lot. So these are the websites where you can learn more about. So I think we're going to stop now and go for a short break. But before we go for the short break, then we can go. Let's go for the short break and come back for the second part of the class. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. The break is just 5 minutes, please, sir.
So the time is 9:58. So we're coming back.
10:05 is fine. Okay.
10:05. Okay.
Yes, thank you, sir.
If you see on our slide now, I just made this QR code, and I think let's scan this code. Can someone scan this code with your if you have what is it called, Google Lens? If you have Google Lens on your phone, kindly scan this code. Are you with me on this? Please, let's scan this code. This is a QR code. are we seeing? Oh, thank you, doctor. And that's how you get your. And what I just want to pass across is that this is going to be the second part of our presentation. In this presentation again, this presentation is divided into two. I'm going to talk about the traditional poster presentation and I think a new way which I came across, I think about a year ago, which I think is very, very good for us to adopt. You can see seamlessly we scanned the code and we already had the today's presentation on our phone. So today's on poster presentation, I'm just going to talk about two major things. Number one is to talk about when I say poster, we can have movie poster, we can have event poster, but we're talking about academic research poster, how to steps on how to design them and how to use quick response code on a poster. So we should understand that our poster, there are means of there are networking tools because sometimes when you go to conferences, you see posters bombarded with a lot of text, and the truth is that it's like PowerPoint presentation that is bombarded with text. No one reads those text. Oh, there was a video where a lady was describing posters as graphical representation of your research, just or maybe the abstract of your research or the result of your research. So it means if it's graphical, there shouldn't be too much text on it. It should be maybe around 70% of those graphics and 30% of the text. But opposite is the way when you go to most conferences here in Korea and maybe other parts of the world also. Oh, another thing is that we need to
Yeah.
understand that posters are networking, so it tells people about your research. When people work across posters that are pasted, somebody might come back, check if the topic or the title of your research aligns with his. And that's where you can start your networking. And it's at the same time a way of communicating, as I've mentioned, communicating maybe the result of an ongoing research or a research that you have completed graphically for people to see. So how do we now present those results in a very beautiful way for people to come see what we're doing? This is an example of true graphical, but still there are a lot of text. But there are a lot of text on this. But the way this poster is designed, just a dummy poster. There is no way you're going to pass across this poster, which you're not going to come back and see. This poster uses a lot of graphics to represent a lot of things. For example, the title, from the title, check this is the methodology, the results, icon, number that you can see from far away, all of this. This is the most beautiful way of presenting, one of the most beautiful way of presenting our posters. It should be more of graphics, not more of text. So the next thing is to tell us the steps in which we can use to achieve similar posters. In this presentation, I'm not going to teach us how to start putting your images, but I'm just going to give us guide on how to have a beautiful posters. Because doing that is going to take a lot of time. Number one, your academic poster design, major step that we have is just there are three steps. Number one is selection of the orientation, whether you want to have it in landscape as or you want to have it in portrait. And most of the time, like in Korea, some let me even say in my department, it was going for maybe a conference within civil engineering field. They usually give all dimension. This is the way we want it. Maybe 120 centimeter by 90 or by 80 or 90 or that's 90 or 80 centimeter by 120 centimeter, which is about that's something inches by that's 8 inches by 52 inches if you are using inches. So it can be in landscape and it can be in portrait. So you need to decide what orientation or what is the conference requiring from you, because the boards where you place a poster determines what shape. So most of the time, I think I have not, since I came to Korea, I've not seen people that are presenting their research in landscape in Korea. Most of the one I've seen, they are always in a, maybe it's because of my own feed. Other feeds can also talk when the discussion session. The next thing is to select, after you have taken your orientation, is to enter the right uh, dimension, and you now place your images, your text, and your graph, and that's all. So the next thing I want to talk about is, if you know, you already have your design, you already have your dimension, you know dimension of the poster. One thing that is important is the layout. How do you, if you're using landscape, how do you lay out your information that when people read the poster, when the people read posters, they can follow through the way you arrange the information. Are you going to arrange this way, then this way? So for this is the way. If you're using two columns, depending on the information you want to put on the poster, if you have a lot of information to put on them, but the most advisable thing I will later advise is that it's better you reduce information and make most of those information come in what, in bullet points. Then you can have a lot of graphics on them and people can go through, because most people, when they come to see your poster, they don't have 1 hour to check what they have on your drawing, on your poster. Some spend most 60 seconds, some 120 seconds, that's about 2 minutes, or some even maybe 30 seconds, just look, go around. And that's where the QR code have an edge over all other way of presenting our posters. People can scan your QR code, get your research on their phone, and later read through the paper. So for your, generally, it's advisable that we use titles that are very big. If any of these orientation that you're using, if you're using landscape or using, if it's landscape that is of 2 columns, this is what it looks like. Then you just arrange your information this way. If it's of 3 column, this is what they look like. If it's a portrait, this is, if it's a portrait, also you can have them this way. So next thing is the color, fonts, and font size. The color, most of the time, it's always good. Maybe use the color of the school that you are coming from. Some do that, and some conference might strictly tell you the color to use, or use the color of those, the less, like in our own department now. We have the KSC conference. They have their color, which is blue, and I think dark blue, gray blue. Those color you can mix to give your poster very good looking. So, and the font size, generally, it's advisable that you use legible font type, legible, maybe Times New Roman, and all other family of what is it called, all these San, I forgot the complete name, or you use a Tahoma, or you use a Cambry, just a font that is very legible, you can read from a far distance. Now, the size of the title should be not more than 90, so that you can read. Anything too much below maybe 50 might be difficult for people to read from far distance, since you want them to see. Then the next thing is the heading. When I say heading, the introduction, the methodology, the way we usually arrange them should be at least around 60 font points. And the body, where you now write your text, should be around that 40 people. And it's always good that you do your justification to the left. And also, caps lock, they're not too good when you're using in the body of your text. That can be used on maybe in fact, the title, since the font is already big, it's better you use the first letter should be capitalized, other ones should be in a small letter, which I will need to show us later. Then justification of the title can be center. Then the text, they can be to the most of the time, it's always good you have them to the left. Now the next thing I want to show is just a sample of a poster which I presented to the BK community. Was it last semester, I think? we had a mini conference, the BK4 or BK21 for we had mini conference which would present our ongoing research to them there. And this is the way in this the poster they gave us a template. So when you are given a template, it's very easy. The only thing is just to look for a way of arranging your text. And the way you go about it is first of all, draw the dominant text here now. This I can, if you want a, let's say you want a dominant text here now. I showed us how to put dominant text the last time. You can use dominant text to round. If you put two, it's going to give you two paragraphs. If you put one, it's going to give you one paragraph. You can see one, two. Just use those dominant text to, and there's another way to put dominant text. It can be this one I will see on posters, dummy posters online. Lorem. This also will give you just one paragraph. I don't know if it's Latin, I don't know what language it is, but this is going to bring this dummy text. So you can now use this dummy text now, put in the right size of your heading, the right size of your body text you to arrange. Then you can now start copying from your research paper now. You will paste and it will fit in properly. So in this presentation, we already given the poster the poster template. So what I just did was take my time to arrange my text properly, even though I want to present more. And we say the other time when you have too much of the text on nobody reads most of it nobody reads. You just go around, see what the title is and go. So what I did then was that I just placed a QR code on the side on below the poster, which I think just few people scan, and when you scan this one, you would be able to get this one now. This one you can get the full paper. So most of the time you might not have the opportunity of presenting all of the information. So what you will just do is to embed your full research paper in a QR code that is accessible by people, that people can go there, see what they can see in the research. So during my research about a year ago or so, that I said I came across something like this. This same poster, this information is what we have here, and including some dummy text which I added to it. If you look at this is the title. What I did is this poster is on landscape. I will show all the real one on the system now, the way I did it. This space there, they call this is a silent column where you just mention the normal way, introduction, methodology, just bullet points. Then the major finding of your research, you put it in bold, 90 or 95 at the middle, and put your QR code embedded with your paper in it. Sometimes people might not have time to read, but when they scan it, can have the time to read, and it contains your information, and you can network even from there. So I'll quickly show the one I did on my system here. This is the one I said I presented to BK people. This is it here. The PowerPoint file. If you scan this now, can someone scan this code, this QR code? The one we have under here. Maybe I don't know whether it has expired. Engineer, can you help me scan this and see if you're gonna get access to the paper, full paper? Engineer, that's it. If it's not there, can someone scan this QR code and see if it's works? Too small? You cannot. No problem then. Another one later. So this is the way I presented it to them. Now, the one I told us just mentioned about now, which is using the QR code. How the presentation is, I made this by make the title to be at least around 90 point. The institution name should be maybe 60. It's going to be okay, or 40. I use 40 here. Your name and institution name, your logo, everything. So what I just picked from our school color to make the titles or the headings that we have here. These ones they're about 60 points, and these text are just dominated, which I placed. So you can maneuver, change until you have your. When you finish, you can now remove this outside box, and you can present for your printing. Now, seeing you use the SVG as advised last week, or you increase the way I've explained last week also. So now I want to present this using this QR code compared to the one I showed the other time, the full paper. This QR code is not for the paper. I just use this as an example. Uh, it's the presentation that we had before this presentation. If you scan this now, it's going to give you that. Can you confirm this, engineer? Over this QR code? Yeah, on color theory. So if you scan that, you can have that. So my point is just we look at the orientation or the arrangement of this. Anybody, even 2 meters away, using this size of font, can quickly see what your research is all about, or the result of your research. And this heading is about 60 also, which is also legible. You can read it. And compared to the normal way that the traditional way of doing our posters, this arrangement I have here can be changed to any way. The main point is just less information gives more. You can change all of these information that this is my introduction, change it to graphics also. So this is another orientation. Can shift to the left, to the right, or shift this silent box to the left. And if you're going to use this is for landscape, if you're using uh, the portrait, what you're just going to do if you're using portrait, let's say this, the best thing you're going to do is let your silent points be these ones, reduce it to maybe half of this like this, and make this very big, and put all of the information that you want to have. Sorry, you can make this first to this. The last one carries that's conclusion with a big word letter, a big letter fonts, and your QR code can be here. And you can do it the other way around. Any way you want to orient it, make this inside one carry the main information. This one carries the remaining one. Since you just want to, you can just have little graphics and your title, make them two columns. Yeah, that's all. So I think it's high time we change from the old way of presenting our paper and get used to technologies that would ease and that would even increase our networking within our peers. So with this, we have come to the end of this class. Quickly, I will go back to our assignment and still show us what we need to do just in 5 minutes. I'm going to open a new page. I go to my design. So we can take the screenshots of this. You can get another, you can do any other pattern different from this pattern. The most important thing is that it should be a repeated pattern. And how to get idea, you go to where all these where you can download free slides. Go to those sites, you can see a pattern that you can make, or you can also come up with your own pattern, but it has to be a repeated pattern. It might not be the same way the way I have my own here. And the color grading also can be any other color. But since we already understand what colors are and how to mix color, you should be able to come up with something that is even better than mine. Finally, the school page is not coming up. I think the site is down somehow. I tried another browser. As you can see, it's not. Oh, it's back. So you come to Actea Humpo. They open us up. PPT templates. You click. So the first time I came to our lab, I see most of our lab mates use this. How did they get this from? Where did they get it from? So the guy now told me we have it on our school template, on our school website. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 templates. So this template also, you can edit them. I'm waiting for it to download. Downloaded. So let me just open it. When you look at here, I can take this logo out. I can take this also out. It means I can edit all of this, put my title of my presentation. But this one here, this one on top here, I can't change it. What if I don't want it to be here? You come to Slide Master, come to View, Slide Master, and in fact, it's not on this. It's not on the Slide Master. It's here. It's on the. It means it's going to affect.
And like I said earlier, you have taken us through so many things tonight. But I think the most important aspect, which is going to be the short like comment from him, is the quote that you gave earlier, that we should always try to learn new ways of doing things. So that's very important. So of course, whatever we have learned tonight as well, tomorrow, I mean, there will be something old. So we'll always have new ways of doing it. So we should keep on learning, like you have said. So I think a lot of people will be having so many questions. Of course, myself, I have a question which you answered already. I wanted to ask about the QR code, but since you answered that, I wouldn't need to ask my own question again. So please, if there is anyone that is having any question regarding whatever we have learned tonight, or something that is related, maybe that we have not talked about directly tonight, kindly ask the question. Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't remember the slide. Is this under poster presentation? Poster. Okay. Which of the presentation? This? This one? Ah, this. Okay. 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 Any other question relating to design? I want to take them at the same time. Please. No, not you. From other audience. Other audience. Okay. Put it. Okay. Why I'm asking that if there's any other question, because I'm just going to go through those ones swiftly, as in very, very fast. Since we're recording, you can watch the video later. And I've also added to the link of this presentation some of the videos that you can watch that will guide you to do it. But I'm just going to give you overview quickly. If there's any other questions regards this, I would want others to put it forward so that I can put them together at the same time. Can we move on now? Yeah, I'm going to start from this slide. This is this. That's all. It's nothing more than this. The main design is just this. No, I did it myself. I'll show you how I did it. The main design is just this. The main design is this. And it can be any shape. Quickly. Sorry. You already know how to add your background. This is the background. I already put that. Now I want to add this on it. Quickly gonna put just so as usual you remove all your. So I'm gonna make this white. Then increase the transparency. This is it. Anyhow you want to, you can have or what is it called? Gradients, anything you want on this. Then come to your shape. I want a rectangle. So I want same rectangle again. Just Control D. Anyhow I want. If I want it this way, if I want it this way, can be together that way. Just group. Group. Do you want it to be here? You want it to be here? Anywhere you want it to be, just put it there. And you subtract. Just subtract. Let me remove all the outline. No outline. Just subtract. Same thing is for this. Any other slide that is looking similar, the same thing. This same. So we'll come back here. Just click the big shape. The next shape comes to your shape outline. This is it. You subtract. And that's all. So if you're not pleased with the way it is, you can change. Copy if you want it this way. But you have to do it one after the other. You have to do the shape one after. If you're having 3 circles or 2 circles, if it's 2 circles, it has to be one after the other. Click your shape, click what you want to remove from it, and this is it. Click the big shape again. You subtract, and that's all. If it's circle, your shift. No, it has to be this other one. This shift. I want this, and I want another circle in it. Shift. See, control. Group together. No, just click together and remove the shape outline. Just same way the way I've done on this. If you want it to be here or somewhere here, just click the big shape, subtract this from it. Let's click this big shape, subtract it also from it, and that's all. So we can copy this now. This shape you can copy and paste another slide also, just the way I did on this other one. That's how that I came about that. Then coming to this, What I have here is just rectangle, that's all. And what you have here, let me duplicate this before I dismantle it. Oh, sorry, I need to ungroup. You can see. So how did I do this? Just shapes. And this symbol does not matter. This, it doesn't matter. Now let me quickly do the shape first. I use the shape. Just press shift to have a rectangle. It's very important. If you want it to be a rectangle, a square, you need to hold on your shift to get the shape. Then hold on shift again, shift. Then you turn. If you don't hold on the shift, you won't be able to get it rotate at when you hold on shift, it rotates at 90, 90, 90. Without the shift, it just rotates anyhow. If you hold on the shift, it rotates at what 90, 90 or 45, 45, 90. As you can see. So the next thing we're going to do, remove our shape outline, come back to this. This also has to be, it has to be square. This is also is all about changing, subtracting, addition. But in this one, what we're going to do here is to combine all of this shape, come to fragments. You fragment them. When you fragment, what fragments usually, what is used for is to bring out so many shapes from addition of one or two shapes. In this fragment, now let me duplicate this slide. I can have this. This is a shape. I can have this. This is another shape. I can have this. This is a shape. I can have this. This is another shape. I can have this. This is another shape. This is what fragment does under shape format. So let me go back to your. So what you're going to do, I want to have this enter into to have a shape, an effect as if it's entering from here into this. What I'm going to do is click this. Let's put this color. This is the effect. Oh no, this is not there. Control Z. It's going on now. And that's all. So to now make it work as a single picture, to make it work as a single picture, we need to group those same color. Let's group this color, this, this. You come to this, you come to union, come to shift, and you make it union. Now, I told you the way I dismantle this, I need to group this one to be a single frame. You click on them. These are the guys here, all of them, and you come to formats, union. So let me show you something now. I can move this. You can see now. So put it back. Now what I will do, let me make this a single color. I'm gonna make it what color? Is this sweet? This is not sweet. Let us do something like this. So you can see I didn't align I also have aligned to make this rectangle be at the center. That's why this one, all this other smaller shape, they are not equal. You need to make them equal. And this, if you look at this, there is an effect here. This is like gray, so I can make that this one's also gray because they are on their own. I can make them gray also. So how do I put my picture now? Since this shape is a rectangular or a square shape, for me not to have my picture squeezed in it, let's assume now that I want to put a picture. If I click, it's already, the picture is there already, but you can see this picture is somehow shrink. If I want to have it perfectly in that rectangle, because this original picture of this picture, if you go back to where I inserted it here, it's so the stock images. It's landscape. So let's just look for a picture of an individual. Let's say a boy. Aha. Let's say I want to put this boy now. You can see this picture is big. Press Control and Shift and go to the edge here. It reduces properly without shrinking the image. The image still remains same. Again, I want to make it a little bit big. Then click on the picture, double click on this, come to crop, and tell it the aspect ratio should be 1:1. Then this is good. So what I'm now doing, I will copy, or I'll cut this or copy, click on this rectangle, come to this place, and that's all. So this other one, I just put it at the back. And this background, just come to gradient. You can do anything. You can see the gradient is already there because that was what I did last on it on this page. And I can make this white if I want it to be white, or I can pick from this color that I have here. This color, they are even conflicting. Okay, and I can make this gray. This one, just pick a solid color. I carry my color picker and put it here. Let's see, color picker with this. No, it's not good. So that's all on that. Then the final one is this. This is also. I hope I'm not too fast. We have to beat up the time. It's also a combination of so many shapes. You can easily do this by using. You can insert your. What is this called? This is circle. You can do any other shape, but I just want to repeat this. This is the one I use. I have this. So what I want to do now, I click each of these ones. Control Z. To format. I want to change it to this. Come to format, change shape to this. You can change it to any other shape. You can change to triangle. You can see any shape. Group changing. You can change to any other thing that you want. Changing. So I think I want to convert it to shape since I already made a shape. That will enable me to do any other thing I want to do on it. So for me to get this, I need to break on group. So what I will do, I want to, because since it's a what is it called? It's smart art. I'm going to cut, and I still have some text here. Remove it and paste it back. You see the video for this in one of the description, right? One of the. So what I would do normally is to get this shape, as I've said before. If you're doing something like this, like what I did the other time, I want this shape. If you look at this shape outside, this outside shape is one that will give us this shape. So the way to do it is to fragment them and remove the shape that I want from them. Just fragment. Fragments. Now let's start removing the shape that we want. I want this. I want this. You hold on shift. You come here. You make it union. I want this. I want this. union. I want this, union. I want this and this, or shift. You need to be very careful in order not to make it shift. So when you look at now, the shape is out. Let me just click. Yes. I missed one. I missed one of the shape. This is, I missed this and this. I didn't group this. And that's why fragment is so good that you can quickly come back. I think this is the shape now. Put this aside. Or let me just make a new page. So this is our shape. The only thing that is left for you to use all these 3D stuff, you rotate the way you want it to be. Let's say you want it to be this. Oh no, sorry. It has to be a relaxed one. It has to be a relaxed 3D, sorry. This is the one that is relaxed. It won't break it down. Oh, I was supposed to group. Sorry. I was supposed to group. Control G, you group them. So you group them. You have it relaxed this way. Then just take any of these 3D. This is one I use cutout. And I didn't remove the outline shape. That's why you're having, if the outline shape is there, you can see. If it's white, you can see what you're seeing under here. You're seeing something under here because it's white, but I want it to be none. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is to increase the depth. You can see as I'm increasing. Let me just put it 15 or 25. Sorry, 25. Oh, if you want change the material to something special effect this way, and you can change the angle of the lighting. You can see, change the angle of the lighting. I'll change it to this way or any other way. So I think we are done. Your color now. Pick any color that you want. And this is one of. So for you to make those effects, one, what we did here is just I made everything here to be gray instead of red. Everything I have here, I made them to be gray. So for each of the slide now, I click one, I make it. Next slide, it will be this one without this. Third slide, it will be this without this two, like that, and that's how you come about this effect here. Let me start from here. You can see this is gone now. That is slide with ordinary fade. This is gone. This is coming up. All of this gone. This, and that's how I have it. So each of the slide, when you look at my transition, come here to transition, you can see I use fade. So it goes from one slide to another slide seamlessly. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
Uh,
Coordinator.
do we still have any other question? Even though our time is up, but then we have one more
Hello.
question from another person. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi,
Yeah,
sir. We are with you, sir.
doctor.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the presenter for that very beautiful presentation. I ask that God Almighty increase you in knowledge.
Amen.
Yes, with what you just did now, I have a very one question, and that is when you want to draw probably a circle or a rectangle. What you mentioned shift. How do you transform those a circle in 2D appearing like it has it? How do you increase the thickness using just shift? because you make all those circles to have thickness, like forming a ring, without necessarily drawing second line inside. So that's my point. That's my question. Thank you. I hope you understand my question.
Yeah, it's not shift. Do you mean this? What I
Now,
meant
like
by
now, like this.
only shift is that if you want the circle to be a perfect circle this way, before you
Okay.
draw the circle, when you click on this icon of circle, hmm, before you draw, you must hold your shift, hold it down, then you draw. If
Okay.
you didn't hold the shifts, you just be drawing circle like this. It will not be perfect. So
Okay.
it's yeah, maybe you want a parallelogram, what is it called? Shapes that are like this. What are they called? Parabola, right? I think parabola, if I'm right. It can be this ellipse. Ellipse. So this, if you now want to increase the thickness or something, you still have to do your 3D rotation, depending on the way you want it to. You want the 3D to appear. So you come to, if you don't have this showing, click on the shape, come to format shape. Then you come here on this icon, or come here. If you click this is what you're going to have. But you cannot see the 3D effect properly. So you have to do your rotation before you put any 3D effect. First, you rotate. So I'm going to go to using the professional where you come here, you come to rotation. If you want your circle to be like this, it should be like that. So if I add my thickness now, if I want to add thickness, you come to 3D format. 3D format. Increase the depth. You can see.
Sorry, sir. That's not my question, sir. Hello, sir.
I can hear you now.
That's not my question. I'm not talking about increasing the depth in 3D. What I mean is that, like this circle, like this first circle you have just drawn now. The other time, you made each of them to have a thickness. Like we are drawing a concentric circle, two circles having the same center, without necessarily drawing another circle inside.
It's here. This icon. Can you see this icon that looks like this one?
Which one?
This.
Okay.
Hold on, shift. And this is great.
That's what I'm saying. That's my question. What do you do?
Just click on this icon here. This icon. Can you see this icon?
Your screen is so small. I couldn't see very well. Or is it my eyes?
Using your phone.
Okay, so when I just click that without, I'll have to press my shift.
Most important, it's called Olo Circle. Circle. The circle.
Okay.
Olo Circle. But for you to have it perfect circle without, if I draw it without using my holding shift, this is what it's going to look like.
Okay. I got
the
it.
shift you are holding is just to make it perfect. If you're drawing a perfect rectangle, shifts will make it perfect rectangle. Drawing a perfect triangle, shift will make it a perfect triangle. Let's see this. This is triangle now. Just draw this way. But when I hold on shift, when I'm drawing it, it gives me a perfect triangle, same length, all around. But this, you can say, so you can increase your circle, do all of anything you want to do from here.
Okay.
So you can now do your 3D effect. You want to do 3D effect on this now. I hope that's
I understand that. I thought there's another way. What about triangle? Because we don't have such for triangle. Is that the same? You have to draw two lines, two triangles to do that.
I'm trying to look for it on this. There's no inbuilt one for triangle. It means you have to do your design. And the simplest way, I think I mentioned it this morning, this evening. You can make this circle to become triangle. How? Just hold on your shifts on this. Control D. Put it back. If you want it to be two triangles, it's already two triangles this way. How? If you want a three triangle, just Control D again. It's already three triangle. Hold on, Control Shift, draw it out. And for you to see it visibly, you have to come here, make it black. No infill color. You can see everything properly. Hold on. Shift Control. And this is it. So now I want it to be a triangle. come to shape. After you have highlighted all of this, select all shape, change to what? Change shape, and this is it. Now you want to remove an Olu one in it. Just click on remove one, and this is your Olu triangle. If it's not the same thing, you have to now change all of these by only your shifts to make it work out together, and to make them some complete shape. Now, one complete shape. Click on this one, fill it in, fill it. Let's say any color, maybe blue or something. I'm going to remove the outline. I'm going to send it to the back. Send it to the back because there is no Olu triangle in. Now, this is another shape. This shape here, you can give it another color. Let me make it white. And the outline color, none. Now, click on the big shape, on the second shape, come to shape, and you subtract, and that's it. You have your triangle. You have your own customized triangle. If you want another triangle, just Control D. You'll be having them Control D, and that's all.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I hope that answers your question.
You have answered it.
So there is no Olu triangle. You need to make it by yourself by using the shape format, and you subtract one shape from another shape. So those links that I have on the, I hope everyone has scanned the copy, that scanner I sent. You see the link to those videos, to those YouTube videos. There are a lot of YouTube videos where you can learn how to manipulate shapes. 5-minute video, 3-minute video. Please visit those links, especially this Creative Venus. If you want to know how to do 3D using PowerPoint, color grading, visit Venus. If you want to know how to manipulate shapes, go to PowerPoint Process. If you want to know how to do a lot of animation, go to PowerPoint University or PowerPoint School. All of those links, they're in the PPT that I sent via the link. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So it's already 11 minutes past 11. So
any other questions should be sent on the platform. I will answer.
If there is anyone that has any other question, kindly send it to the platform. So the resource person is going to attend to the question in due time. So this is the point at which we are going to stop tonight. And,
hello, sir.
Oh, hello, sir.
Last question.
Okay, okay, sir.
Any
last question, like you said, last question.
Any prize or gift for those that ask questions?
Last question, like you said, that's your prize, sir.
Please close the program. I want to go and sleep. No more question.
Hello, I want to ask you. I already prayed.
I prayed the shine already.
Oh,